Well, hello and welcome to the Bellicose Nation. Well, folks, here we are, a nation of more than 300 million, waiting to hear from 9 unelected justices to decide what the Constitution should say about the most fundamental institution in America, marriage. Now, you notice I use the term what the Constitution should say, not what it was meant to say, which can only suggest that this nation is like a raft adrift on a sea of PR campaigns. Now, of course, the Constitution, as we all know, has a provision, a means by which it can be changed or amended, but that would require enough public support and actual votes. And, well, that just wouldn't do now, would it? And so the next best expedient thing to do is get the lawyers involved. So here we are. Many of us on the right are battling what we see as the nation adrift, really in so many ways, that we have come to the point of destroying the very foundation on which all of Western civilization was built upon. And one of those pillars is the family structure as we have known it. And trust me, to redefine marriage as something other than that unique unit, which in principle connects children to the two parents which created them, is to essentially undefine marriage. And of course, what I mean by that is, if a marriage can now consist of 2 men, why can't it also be 3 women? And of course it will, for the simple fact that at that point, no one will even bother to try to stop it. I mean, why would anyone bother? In fact, what we will see is what we have seen already, the further decay of the family structure and government having to step in even more to become provider and healer. Now, I could come on here and have a lot of fun and take apart every one of the pro-gay marriage arguments. Everything from interracial marriage to the equal rights or of allowing people, why do we allow people who can have kids to marry? I could do that for fun, and I may in another video. But where I want to go is actually beyond that. And that is, one of the things I find so stunning and so remarkable is how quickly the run-of-the-mill Democrat voter has shifted on this issue. In fact, that in itself indicates how quickly societies can go from being morally opposed to something and then demonizing anyone else who now opposes it. Now, to put into context, let's consider 2 top leaders in the Democrat Party and what they believed just a few short years ago. And I quote, "I do not support gay marriage. Marriage has religious and social connotations, and I consider marriage to be between a man and a woman." That was Barack Obama in just 2008. Let's do another one. Quote, "Marriage has got historical, religious, and moral content that goes back to the beginning of time. And I think a marriage is as marriage has always been, between a man and a woman." That was Hillary Clinton in 2008. You think about that. Now, as a child, I marveled at how quickly the people of Germany could so harshly turn on their Jewish neighbors. It was a little bit baffling. They turned on the clockmaker down the street, or their child's piano instructor, or their favorite composer. And when you look at what's going on here, you can see how rapidly the morals and what one is intolerant of can so quickly turn on its head. And my friends, this is just the beginning. Now, to watch the talking heads, you would not realize that this country has a huge segment of people who hold dear traditional views and values. And while some of them will be cowed into compliance, most will continue that which has been going on for decades now. And what is it? They withdraw their kids from public schools and they consolidate into more committed factions. Some of them will become more extreme, even militaristic, and all this adds to the upheaval we may see in the future. Let me quote Abraham Lincoln, quoting the Bible. "A house divided cannot stand." This is the Bellicose Nation.